With it or quit it. With it, quit it.
What?
With it.
We about to turn up in this bitch. All right, what am I winning or quitting today?
Sunday morning, 43-year-old Tiger Woods did something legendary, winning his first Masters since 2005 and his fifth green jacket since his first 22 years ago. Tiger now has 15 majors in his career, only 3 behind the golfing GOAT Jack Nicklaus. Joy, Tiger Woods is bigger than golf. With it or quit it?
With it.
Woo!
With it, and golf bros can at me. No, it's not been my recent take. It's been my take.
No, that's what I'm saying. No,
time.
I said that's been your take, period,
yes,
over time.
Correct.
Yes.
My take on Tiger is that he is bigger than golf. Tiger is not, he cannot be duplicated. And I know golf will push back on this, but they've been looking for a replacement Tiger since Tiger got injured and since everything happened with the fire hydrant situation.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's what we're calling it.
Right, we'll call it a situation.
Yeah.
And I maintained before, back when this talk of Tiger being back became a thing, that Tiger never really had to go anywhere. Like the attack on Tiger Woods felt very hypocritical to me, based off the fact that golf as a recreational sport, not as a professional sport, is notorious with like getting away with the guys for the weekend and drinking some beers and get away from our wives. Like that's the whole culture of
solitude.
Golf. Okay.
Yeah, and it's beautiful out there in the nature. To do it amongst nature, it's nice versus a basement.
Right, I get it. Okay, I understand that, but I'm saying it's hypocritical. And he lost a bunch of sponsors. He lost Gatorade, AT&T, Gillette. Like those are big sponsors. Yeah. Obviously, Nike stuck with him, which seemed like the right move for Nike to do. And he's had a ton of injuries. He had a torn ACL, a neck injury, a sprained MCL, Achilles, another Achilles, 3 back surgeries. It looked like it was over for him just physically. Forget everything that happened with him emotionally, with his family and all that and all those scandals. And Tiger, you know, for the most part, didn't have the best reputation amongst other golfers. And, you know, he, as you were saying a little bit earlier, like he kind of was separate and like, I don't know if arrogant is the right word for it, because I think if you are on that level, you're going to have a bit of arrogance.
Right. He kept a small circle on purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
But this was the biggest moment, not in sports history, because I think we're kind of dismissing some other more impactful moments in sports history when we say that. But it's definitely the biggest moment in golf history. And it didn't have to be the biggest moment in golf history, because I hate this build them up to tear them down, to build them up again thing. I don't like participating in it. If someone does something truly awful to someone, and I will give you the DUI arrest thing, like you can't, that's the lowest of the low for Tiger. Like you don't want to put other people in danger. So I'm not dismissing the severity of that, obviously. Like that's rock bottom.
True addiction.
Right. And he went to rehab and he got himself right. But like there were things that happened to push him to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just a fact. Like Tiger is bigger than golf. What happens? People turning on their TVs to sit there and watch this happen, and then all be moved to tears at him walking over and hugging his son. Ain't nobody else in golf doing that.
Yeah, no.
Who?
No.
What's the guy's name? Bubba Sparks? What's the guy's name?
God, I wish it was Bubba Sparks. We talking ugly.
Bubba Watson.
Bubba Watson.
I was
Bubba
like,
Watson
who Bubba
cries
is she
every
talking
time he
about?
wins something, and nobody else cries. Okay, there's no other Tiger.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
that's it. And I knew I'm not gonna lie, I did not remember his last name. I didn't remember it was Bubba Watson, which I should.
Feels like a half a Tiger.
No.
Like you get
No,
half,
and
you
look,
get half of this for Phil, but
I'm not
nothing like
dismissing Phil as one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Right.
But he doesn't have the impact that Tiger has.
No.
And culturally, he doesn't have the impact that Tiger has.
No.
Sorry, Ari laughed out loud when you called that golfer an athlete just now.
Oh.
I just wanted to
That- well,
say
that
that
is-
the gymnast in the room
Don't
just
do that,
laughed.
don't do
Well,
that.
the
at
gymnast
golf
did
being
laugh.
Because Tiger
It's a tough
is...
game. It's a tough game.
Because
you know,
Tiger,
golf.
the difference is Tiger is one of those one-of-one people. It's like Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Or...
Jordan.
Yes. It's like this. There's a name, but there's also the public downfall. I think the biggest... Why this feels so big is Tiger as a celebrity with all the scandals felt like he hit rock bottom, but also Tiger as an athlete with all the injuries felt like he hit rock bottom. So for both camps, people who just understand golf as a whole and the sport as a whole and Tiger Woods as a whole, this is a resurgence and is a great moment in sports.
No, it was a great moment in sports. It was awesome to watch. I'm glad it happened for him. I really feel like now he has a chance to pass Jack. I don't know if he will, because again, he's not getting any younger, and this is like a lot to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a big deal. I don't think it's impossible. Obviously, like he never gave up on himself. Clearly, even though other people did, which was fair. Like he was at the rock bottom. Like who could really come back from that? And that just shows you like fortitude and what people can overcome when you put your mind and like your body and soul into doing something. So it was a great moment. I don't want everyone to get carried away. Like there's not going to be another Tiger, so just enjoy every second of this.
Yeah.
Not to disc golf, but like it just is what it is. There is no other Tiger. And also just as a whole, when you are watching it and you were reminded of like, damn, he really got the juice.
Oh man. Oh man,
he got the juice for real.
Dripping with the juice. He's been stressed out though, because he mentioned even in his post interview that he's balding. So like we saw him when he took that hat off. And we're like, oh, put the hat back on, Tiger. Put the hat back on.
It's time to go. It's time for bye-bye.
You think it's time for him to come all the way home and just kind of take it off?
I've never understood the concept of it. I don't understand the concept of it. I don't get it. It's time for bye-bye.
He's too light-skinned. He's going to sit outside for a long time and get that tan line is real. That is years of being out in the sun.
3 days in Cabo, you're good to go.
Okay.
All right, just
Tiger.
keep the sunscreen on so it doesn't peel.
Go to Cabo. I want to get back to golf. I want to go back and say that of the top 15 golfers in the world, 8 of them finished in the top 10, and Tiger beat all of them. So this may not be just like a one-off. Tiger may be coming back into form because he beat real competition that was actually playing, trying to beat Tiger.
Yeah.
Red shirt Sunday. That's what you saw from
Oh,
Tiger.
yeah.
Everyone else you could see was wilting. The pressure was too much. As soon as he jumped out to that lead, he crept back a little bit to the field. He bogeyed a couple things, but he was rock solid while everyone else was shaking in their boots. Shouts to my computer. And that's what you expect from Tiger.
This is, I mean, if your computer doesn't go off during the podcast, do we do a podcast?
No.
But thank you
Shouts
thank you
out
for
to
the
Tiger.
golf.
Yeah, in the golf talk,
insight,
the double bogeys. Oh my gosh, I almost fell asleep when you was explaining to it. But I was with you, and I appreciate it. And go golf.
It's like your computer fell asleep.
He said bogey twice. Oh, double. Okay. Can I move on?
Yes.
Russell Wilson's clone in Ciara announced late last night on social media that he and the Seattle Seahawks have agreed to a deal that will make him the highest paid player in the NFL. $140 million over 4 years with a $65 million signing bonus. Woo! Joy. Russell Wilson winning means the Seahawks will be losing. With it or quit it?
Quit it. I do think that they're still going to be good, but I do think we should all be very concerned right now. The level of non-concern for the missing Russell Wilson is really like, it shows a lack of humanity.
We're going to come off the top with this.
I mean, who is that person?
I agree.
All right, we have to show the video before we continue for one more second. If you haven't seen the video, this is what Russell Wilson, a.k.a. Ciara, decided to put on social media. Allegedly.
Hey, Seattle, we got a deal.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. But I'm going to see y'all in the morning.
Good night.
Time for y'all to go to bed.
Finally, we can go to sleep.
See y'all in the morning.
Well, it wasn't alleged. It came from Russell Wilson's account.
I was saying it was allegedly his voice. I don't know if it's allegedly him.
Yeah. I don't know who that is talking.
Right.
It sounds like he's talking into one of those machines. Like,
Isaac Hayes machines.
You will bring the $87 million to the house and put the lotion on his skin. Like, I don't. Who is that person talking? That's not Russell Wilson's voice. I've heard him on interviews. It's not him.
I mean, okay.
Okay, so anyway, aside from the fact that incredibly disturbing video was posted for all of us to find out that he signed the biggest contract in NFL history. It's I mean, you make your own decisions about that video and if you choose to watch it again. I was forced to watch it 3 times because Heller could not seem to get the sound right for my ears. So I had to watch it multiple times.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, don't reach for the mic. Go ahead.
I don't understand the video. I'll never understand it, and I'll never get that time back, and I'll never remember what life was like before I had to watch that.
It was 12:44 a.m. You know, it was late. He woke up from his slumber with his wife with their bedroom and their white comforter. You know, I don't know.
No shirts. You got lots of money. You got all the money you can handle.
Oh,
just toss
sleep shirts.
Toss a shirt on.
I have a question. Do you sleep in chains?
Right. So you were just laying around
that's
your
an honest
chains.
question.
I don't know.
You were laying around your chains, but
Cuba
you couldn't.
Gooding Jr. probably does.
I don't know. True.
Right.
Anyway, he signed a monster deal. He's NFL's highest paid player. I do think that they had to do this. I don't know what their other option was.
Yeah.
I get it. It's fun to be able to build around a Jared Goff or a Dak Prescott or a Patrick Mahomes or a Mitch Trubisky. That's super fun because you don't pay them really anything, and you get to pay skill players the money that they're asking for, and then you build a team. However,
that'll get you to the
I've
Super Bowl.
named 4 guys. Am I missing anyone else?
Well, Russell Wilson.
Originally,
he did. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
saying he's
That's what
no
I mean.
longer that Russell Wilson. So,
Okay.
so am I missing anyone else? Like
Currently, nah.
So there's only 4 of those guys. Then there's the rest of the league. You have to pay your quarterback. That's how this works. Like it's not some.
Well, if the Jets go on a run, that's an example.
I mean, I guess you have Carson
Sam
Wentz.
Darnold.
You know, you have Sam Darnold.
Those guys are really high picks, so it doesn't.
The bottom line is this: you're not quarterbacks are hard to find, okay? Yeah. And you have a franchise quarterback, you got to pay him. You knew this day was coming, and that's all there's to it. And he deserves it. And if he wasn't going to get it, he was going to get it somewhere else because he was going to they were going to trade him, and he was going to get a contract somewhere else. Yeah. And he was still going to be Russell Wilson. And look, we feel how we feel about Russell Wilson's personality or like persona or whatever. You can feel what you want, but dude balls, and he handles all of whatever that offensive line contraption is that they put in front of him. Like, I don't know another quarterback that could do that. Like, you've seen dude spin, like he spins like this and then it's back this way. And then he goes, I have to run over there, and then he's to crawl back to that side of the field, and he somehow manages to throw it down the field.
No.
Like, you can't, you cannot just go draft that. So pay him. Like, that's all there is to it. Now, do I think that they're going to make it to another Super Bowl? I don't know. Yes, it is going to be very hard to put a rest of a team around him. It's going to become a problem eventually, but I don't know what other choice they had. And if it was a team I cared about, I would want them to pay him too, because you got to pay these guys. And it's back to my original point that I've been saying this entire season, and maybe a little bit of last year too. These guys have more power than you think. Like, they're always pushing back, like, oh, it's not the NBA and stars don't have the power. They do, because he set his own random deadline on April 15th at 11:59.43 seconds. I will not sign a long-term contract if you don't give me my money. And they did. So
they waited till the last second, but they did it.
Cute.
Yeah.
Really stressed him, I'm sure. Because he had a plan if that didn't happen.
And I'm all in for watching Russell Wilson play quarterback at a very high level, continue to play for the Seahawks. But as someone who is very aware of the salary cap, even though I don't understand how it works, there's only X amount of monies that can go out to teams.
Nobody understands how the salary cap works in the NFL.
All I know is if he gets all the money's not going elsewhere, and they need the money elsewhere for him to go to where he wants to go. But he could be chill.
But this is the thing.
He could be okay with his legacy as it is and just play out these contracts and get as much money as he wants.
He has a Super Bowl, and he's earned his money.
And he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's only 30 years old.
Yeah.
So, and this is a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
So
Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl at 41.
Right. He could get another contract, and this is not the time in his career where he needs to be taking pay cuts. Like, there's a time in your career where you take pay cuts. This is not it. This is the contract he deserved. Anyone who's freaking out about it, I'm sorry. Like, this is what was going to happen, is what needed to happen. And if the Seahawks wanted to remain contenders, which they clearly do, they needed a franchise quarterback. So it's done. Congratulations. Please stop posting weird videos we can't handle anymore. Please.
Just make your life a little bit more private. That's all I want.
I mean, I don't care how you want to live your life. I'm not telling other people how to live their lives, except for putting news out in a way that I am forced to watch it.
Yeah.
As opposed to just sending a tweet or something.
Oh my gosh, that was the first. That's like a video that you would see posted from her page.
Right.
Because it's like the version of Russell Wilson that she promotes. But like coming from his page, it's like that's not even. Who is that person?
I don't know.
That's
what
not Dangerous.
It's not.
That's not Dangerous.
Maybe
that's not someone who made their handle Dangerous. It's just not. He gonna change his handle soon.
What's it gonna be?
Randall. I don't know, just 3 chains. I don't know, something.
Bring $350 million and 2 Louboutin shoes to
Seattle.
McDonald's on 59th Street.
It's time for y'all to go to bed, cause we just got paid. Y'all feel me? 12's up. Salute. One love.